In this video, we're going to learn how to use the rep_r method in Python. So the rep_r method is what's called a magic method or dunder method. It's a method that we can optionally add to our classes to define how objects of the type of that class should be represented with a string in a way that's complete and formal and suitable for use in debugging and programming. So for example, let's make a class to represent students. We'll have class student and we'll have an init method. And the init method will have self, name, and grade as parameters. And we'll initialize attributes name and grade to the values of these parameters. Now we'll define the rep_r method. So we'll have def _rep_r self, and we'll return a string that's going to represent this object in a formal way. So we'll have return, and we'll use an f string here. So we'll have f, and we'll have student, and then open bracket, in quotes, we'll have the name of the student with self.name here. Then we'll have a comma, and we'll have the grade of the student in quotes. So we'll have self.grade. So now we could create a student object. So we'll have Mary is equal to student with the name Mary and a grade of A+. We could then get the string representation of this object by using the built-in rep_r function. So if we call rep_r and pass it Mary, what's going to happen is our rep_r method is going to be called, and the string returned by our method is going to be returned by this function call here. And we could store that into a variable. We could have Mary_string is equal to the return value of calling rep_r. Then we could output Mary string with print Mary string. And if we save the program and try it out, we'll get here our string representation of that object. Now we've used rep_r as intended, and we've purposely made this string suitable for use in debugging and programming purposes. So I could even take this string and pass it to the built-in eval function and get back a student object when that string is evaluated as Python code. So for example, if I pass Mary string to the built-in eval function, this is going to evaluate this string as Python code, and we'll actually get back a student object, which I'll have Mary object reference. Then we could output the type of Mary object, and we'll see it's a student object. We could also output the Mary object's name attribute with Mary object.name. So if we save the program and try it out, we'll see that Mary object does have the type student, and we have that the attribute name is set to Mary. So it's as if this string here was evaluated just like this Python code here when we called eval. Now notably, if I pass the Mary object to the print function, our rep_r method is going to be called. So if I have here print Mary object, it's going to call our rep_r method to output the Mary object as a string. So if we save the program and try this out, we'll get the Mary object represented as a string using our rep_r method. Now notably, there's a similar magic method to rep_r called str. The str method is intended to represent objects as a string in an informal way that's supposed to be more human readable, and it doesn't need to be usable for programming or debugging purposes. So here, if we did define the str method, and this method also returned a string, notably, it's this method here that would be called by print instead of our rep_r method. So this is how we can use the rep_r method in Python. Check out portfoliocourses.com, where we'll help you build a portfolio that will impress employers.